Hey guys, well, another update and kit, not review, but just to kind of show you what I picked up. One's familiar to you because I've already built it, and I'm just going to share my thoughts on them, show you what's in the kits if you're not aware of them. And, all these kits lend themselves to more than what comes in the kit. So, you can have a lot of fun with these, and they're each a unique design. And you know, having an interest in UFOs and flying saucers and all that, or just the technology in general. That's why I like to build them. They're non-conventional, as you all well know. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is just basically go through these and show you the packaging and so forth. And the lack of complexity in these kits. This one being the most complex. And this kit's been around for a very, very long time. I think Aurora made it back in the 60s originally. And it's got some cool box art on it. And it's also got, just some things about the kit on the back and so on. But yeah, this kit's, uh, I'll open it here in a minute, and as I will each one, and show you the plastic parts. And this one here is extremely simple. It's got an LED thing, which I've played with already, trying to um, sort it out. And I wasn't able to get that light on. I think maybe the little uh, batteries, there's three of them, they may be dead because this kit may be old. Let's see if it has a date on it. I don't see a date, but the instructions for this kit are on the back. There is no instructions sheet. So if you pick this model up and you're looking for an instruction sheet, don't, because that's it right there. So, and this is the simplest of the two or three kits, excuse me. And then, of course, this one, you know, I will probably build a diorama for this one as well. It may not be as complex as uh, the one I built for Timothy Alberino, but it it'll be cool. It'll be something different. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the box on this one. Yeah, this one has a for the saucer section. It has a transparent top, which is this piece right here is clear, and that's the top of the fuselage, if you will. And the instruction sheet is pretty basic, not a lot, not a lot to show you there. But yeah, so you got these. Well, this is interesting. This thing what was shrink wrapped. I'm pretty sure it was, anyways. But it's got different. Well, yes, somebody wrote on the phone, and it was closed with a piece of Scotch tape. So, anyways, these are the. I guess there's 5 domes that go on the bottom, and those are also clear parts. And obviously, this kit lends itself to lighting, very much so. You can see that's the main saucer section, and then the top is clear, as I already showed you. But it also comes with a solid, non-transparent piece. And then the bottom of it is quite interesting. You know, I don't know why they didn't make this section transparent, but they didn't. And then you've got assorted two-sided wall panels. Well, the top two are two-sided, but the bottom two, the round curved ones, they don't have anything on them, but the top parts do. So that's kind of interesting. As you can see, a lot of the parts have fallen off the sprue. Something about this kit I forgot also was these little domes, the ones that they have clear over here, these 5 domes. This is if you want to light it, and these are if you just want to paint them. And what I was starting to tell you, I forgot it came with figures. So I don't know how many it comes with. Looks like maybe 2 or 3. And the rest of the stuff down here is, you know, landing gear parts, which this has got a very unconventional landing gears. And one of these pins on that landing gear is busted off. Hopefully it's still in the bag, or still attached to one of the sprues. Yeah, so the kit is interesting. And, you know, this is something I think the paintwork and detail and lighting is going to take the longest time on this. And, you know, I built this kit 40 years ago. Yeah, so not a lot of complexity. Very easy, straightforward build. From what I recall, it's a pretty easy build. It's goes together fairly well. I don't think there's too much issues or concerns in regards to, you know, puttying and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, so that's that one. I guess I'll set it back here. This one, the smallest one, I think this is on the same scale possibly as the triangular UFO, or it's pretty close, and it twists and unlocks, and it's got a piece here that has location points. You can see the, well, I got to be careful, stuff hitting the keyboard, sometimes it shuts the video down. So yeah, so there's that, and those fit into these 3 positions. This is an internal part, Um, Sits in there just like so, with a pretty interesting details on the bottom. It's got very similar landing gear, this is supposed to be based on a real sighting. And this landing gear is very much like the first model kit I showed you without the little pins. So, and then, yeah, all of this thing just locks together like so. And this is the little thing. It's metal. There's three little button batteries in there, but they're not working. And look at this. This is the stand for the model kit. Seen that before? Pizza box device they put in the middle of the pizza when they deliver it. That's exactly what this thing looks like. But I think it's designed to go just like that as a stand. Yeah, no frills here. Yeah, and then I think right here, yeah, they've got this little backdrop you can use for your diorama. And this part's the ground. This is off into the horizon. And yeah, so, this kit's by Atlantis Models. So is the first one I showed you. That's also Atlantis Models. And yeah, and like I said, all the instructions are on the back for this kit. It's not a lot to look at as far as parts, but yeah. And then it's got a anti-pizza crush, box crush device. I don't know. I I first saw that and I was like, what? How'd that get in there? But I think that's the stand, if you will. Okay, last but not least, uh, this kit, which is pretty good size. I want to say it's probably 6 to 8 inches in diameter. And I was messing around the other night and I went ahead and just because everything on this is kind of interference fit or really tight fit. And you can literally put this model together in about a minute. So, got the landing gear, doors, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. And there's only 4 gear. Oh, I think the difference between the two are if you want to put the saucer in flight mode, one set of gear doors is for that, where you can close up the gear doors without putting the landing gear on, or you have a set of gear doors for with the gear extended. But pretty simple model kit, easy to build, cool looking design, and boy, does this thing lend itself to lighting. Like I think I told you earlier in a video, I may go ahead and try and put an interior in this scratch build one because I just think it'd be cool. However, what I would probably have to do is take one of these panels and make it clear, like a windshield. And if I cut it down below underneath the, and I leave that part there with maybe a little bit of a framework around it, and then have a transparency, I think that'd be cool. And it would be something I haven't seen anybody else do. So it's going to happen. So that's it on the kits. Just set them there in the background. Um, yeah. So what have I been up to lately? Well, sadly, it hasn't been doing any model building. I bought a Jeep Wrangler 4 door, all blacked out. Um, it's in good running shape. I think a common problem with them though is they exhaust manifolds crack on them, and I think I might have one of those. Um, I don't know how bad the cracks are, or if they can be filled in with something like JB Weld. Otherwise, they recommend you buy a set of headers and put on in lieu of the stock exhaust manifolds. So I don't know. It's always something. I mean, I got it for 12.5, so and it, you know, it can go for significantly more for a 2008. One thing I've noticed about the Jeeps, especially here in Nevada, they really hold their value. Um, People like them. So, anyways, so there's that, and I've had doctor appointment, and I got more coming up, and it looks like I might be able to get my surgery here in the next month. We'll see. So I really want to get my knee fixed. However, the doctor thinks my hip might be in play as well. So I don't know. We still got to sort all that out. And but I will be getting back on the X-wing fighter and the studio scale conversion. Uh, it needs one more last application of a little bit of putty in a couple of spots. That probably about 8 or 9 times now I puttied it. Um, what else? Oh, the Hulk Buster. He's got putty on him, and I need to sand that off. I may go ahead and do that today. I may go ahead and sand that or apply a little bit more putty to uh, the X-wing as well. Next thing I got to do is sort out my new wing configurations, intake configurations, the strakes I told you about, and a lot of the other details. The engine details still aren't completely sorted out in my mind on the X-wing. Um, I think I'm going to do what I told you I was going to do is take the little engine exhaust nozzles, cut them down a little bit, and then put them on these engines just to maintain some continuity with the original design, but still be different. And I've fabricated with Greeblies and junk parts some light blocking or light diffusing uh, elements to go into the engine section. So I've got that in works. There's still a lot of brain work going on uh, for the X-wing. Yeah, I've got to get something significant built and done and out of the way if I have hopes of trying to sell, build, and sell anything, I need to get my skill sets back up. That was why I did the previous Timothy Alberino UFO diorama, was to get my skill sets back up to speed. This X-Wing is another attempt by me to um, get my game on. I just don't want to make any crappy mistakes like I did. I ordered a new replacement fender flare for my left rear uh, fender well on my Jeep because it was missing when I bought it. Got ripped off while I was out going through the woods hunting 4-wheel drive. So um, I painted it and kind of broke my own rules, and I ended up putting another application of clear coat the day after the first application of paint, which is black, and it crinkled the paint. I don't know why it does that on compatible materials that are designed to work together. Once it's dry for 24 hours, and it was, you should be able to paint over it and not have any issues, but it didn't. So I'm probably going to have to wet sand the crap out of it, reprimer it, and put some fresh black and clear coat because it's a 2-coat base coat clear coat system. So I've got that going on. Uh, the air vents in the Jeep. Granted, this isn't modeling. I'm just sharing a little bit why I've not been doing any modeling. The air vents in a Jeep, after time, they get really loose and sloppy, and you can't keep them open. They want to close. So, a remedy that a guy came up with on the internet is these black rubber washers. You put them on the pivot posts of the air vents, top and bottom, reinstall them, and it gives a nice repair to the air vents to where you can position them you know, and not have to stick something like a piece of cardboard in your dash vents. So you got that to do. I've done a whole bunch of work on that Jeep. I already, most of it has been cosmetic stuff because it needed it, like a very thorough wash and polishing job. I haven't waxed it yet, but yeah, so I got all that going on. Um, it just, never ending. You know, now that I'm retired, I have all this time on my hands, and I'm finding that I have been making pretty good use of my time. I A lot of it's been either house projects, regular daily cleaning and stuff, and model building, and car repairs, and car stuff. So yeah, but today, like I said, I haven't been feeling very good the last 3 days, and today being one of them. I I don't know. I've got this sluggishness for some reason, and it's probably because my sleep schedule hasn't been consistent. So yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so plenty of flying saucer model kits to build. Um, and of course, I have those two big Hanabu model kits. One of them's for sale. So if you guys want to buy it, I'll make you a deal. I'll look at online and see what they're going for and try to give you a $5-10 discount below whatever the lowest price one is. And I want to see what I paid for it. I don't want to sell myself short. The kits haven't been started. They've been opened and looked at and all that, but they're all complete. So if you want one of those large, I think they say it's 1/72nd scale. I don't know. Um, I think it's closer to 1/48th, but that's just me. So when I build it, I'll probably build it with 1/48 scale figures because it just looks the way it's built. And of course, I won't build those kits stock either, straight out of the box. I just can't do it, guys. What's the fun in building it per instructions? So, Lou Dalmaso did a great job on that kit. He went with a genre that fit with that. Um, I can't remember what the bad guys were, but it was along that genre. It's buried further down in his list of videos at his site, so check it out. It's like a lot of Lou's videos, very informative and helpful. And uh, yeah, just stay tuned, guys. Like I said, I've been feeling a little off, not sure why. So, you know, I will keep plugging on and I'll have more for you here in the near future. Um, I have definitely got to stop buying model kits. And it's not an addiction, but when you find stuff for a really good price, more than what most people are selling them for, you try to get a deal while you can get a deal. And that's what I've been doing. But I'm going to make a commitment to not buy anything more until I finish up the probably 40 kits that I got over here. So, and that'll take a few years. But, anyways, I'll have more for you on the triangular X Wing, or not triangular UFO. Forgive me, tired, a little bit out of it. But, I'm going to try to do a little bit here, a little bit there on a lot of the projects. But my main focus right now is that X Wing and the Hulk Buster. I figure a figure and a ship would be a good start to putting some new things on my shelves. And and I wanted one of those to be very impressive, and that's going to be the X-wing. So I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush. If like right now, if I'm not feeling good, I'm not going to work on it because I don't want to mess nothing up. So with that, guys, I'm going to let you go. Stay tuned, and I'll if I have anything new to add or get some progress done on anything that's noteworthy, I will share it with you today or maybe tomorrow. And outside that, I'm going to let you go. Peace.